Hi there, welcome. I'm Sara. I'm the program coordinator here at Millington Public Library and admitted romance novel enthusiast. Today I'm starting a new series of book talks on romance novels. These are all going to be books that we have here in the library, and I'm just going to do brief descriptions of the books, and I'm hoping that you are going to find something you like in one of the books I share. So look for this. This is going to be a weekly program, and I'm really excited to bring it to you guys. So as you can see, it is a lovely fall day here at Millington Public Library, or it's 80 degrees and muggy and gross outside. But we're going to pretend that it's fall because the calendar says it's fall, and I'm going to share with you guys a selection of fall romance novels. So the first book is by a favorite author of mine, Janet Evanovich. Now, what I will say is we have this as a regular book here in the library. When I went to go pull it off the shelf yesterday so I could do this talk about it, it wasn't on the shelf. It had been checked out. So if anything, that should be a good representation of whether or not this is a good book. So I have the audiobook, which we also have here in the library. I don't know if you were aware of it, but we have CDs, books on CDs here in the library. So this is Janet Evanovich's Wicked Appetite. This book right here takes place in Salem, Massachusetts. It has a potentially haunted cat, a definitely haunted house, a couple novice witches, a hunky fae, and a bakery. So I mean, this book kind of has it all, right? So if you're a fan of Stephanie Plum, or not, this book will amuse you. When I first read Wicked Appetite, I found it to be a nice little break from what was becoming a kind of, don't tell Janet Evanovich, a long in the tooth series, right? Stephanie Plum's been around for a while. And this book, it brought back that joy and lighthearted fun that I had like with the first 15 books of the Stephanie Plum series. And if you've read any of those novellas in there, specifically Plum Spooky, you already know our hero in this book and the villain. So this book, there's only 3 right now published in this series, and it has a potential for 7 books because it's about the 7 deadly sins. And so I'm hoping that there's going to be more because I devoured all 3 of these books already. So this is the first in the series. I loved it. OMG. I loved it so much. Couldn't put it down. It's a quick read. It's fun. It's a nice touch of romance, and I just can't recommend enough. Hello, Salem, Massachusetts in October. Yes, please. So that's our first option. Our second option is this Bloodstains with Bronte. Okay, so this is Kathrine Bolger Hyde, Bloodstains with Bronte. And when I hear Bronte, I feel the murky atmosphere of a good Gothic book, right? However, I also hear the exercise of the plotting novels for wordy 5-syllable prose that these wonderful authors gave us 200 years ago. So as much as I loved Jane Eyre as an angsty teen, I'm now an adult who doesn't have time to read all that, right? So I love this rebirth of Gothic fiction that's coming through now. And this book right here is a modern Gothic tale for modern readers, right? It has shadows, mystery, vintage settings. It's got everything. So Bloodstains with Bronte takes place on the Oregon coast in a rundown Victorian mansion that is getting remodeled. Okay, but it takes place in the fall and it's stormy. There's a lot of storms in the story, so that's kind of fun. And it has several mysterious characters, like several. And a couple of them are of the virile hunky persuasion, if you know what I mean. This book is perfect for a stormy night here, which I think we might actually get today. So get this book, and if you like it, it's part of a series as well. So this is Bloodstains with Bronte by Kathrine Bolger Hyde. Our next book, okay, bear with me, stay with me on this one, is totally different, right? This is a YA graphic novel by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. It's called Pumpkinheads. One of my coworkers, He knew that I was looking for fall, autumn, harvest related romance novels. Well, he saw this book. He flipped through it. He absolutely demanded that I include this. He said, if it doesn't make it to this one, I need to do its own book talk. And you know what? He was totally right. So this book is super, super, super cute. Here's this chapter right here. PSL, Pumpkin Spice Life. I mean, come on. It's adorable. It's about two older teens returning for their final fall at the local pumpkin patch. Kind of sounds familiar. We got our pumpkin patches here, right? And that pumpkin patch is where the two are always meeting up and rekindling their friendship. They've spent years together working this pumpkin patch. They spend a nice long month and a half together, and then they go their separate ways. They're not in each other's circles of influence. So this is their final one. And we all know how it feels as a teenager when you're having those final months, those final moments. It's my last time driving to high school. It's our last spirit week. You know, all those last moments. Well, this is their important last moment together. And so this book is just super sweet, right? It's super sweet. The illustrations themselves are amazing. And there's just so much to love about this will they, won't they, clean romance. And one of those things is the artwork, which I've already mentioned, right? And especially the heroine, okay? Hello, she's a curvaceous girl of color. Yes, please. This book is just genuinely funny with a great life tale and wrapped up in it, and I really highly suggest that you pick it up today. Our next two books, they are part of a traditional romance series. Some of you may have already heard of Robyn Carr in her Virgin River series. I'm gonna admit, even though I love romance novels, I have not read any of this series, but I picked up two of her books from this series because they sounded fantastic. So this first selection involves a former Marine with traditional family views. It has an apple orchard. And most importantly, it has a single mom who is ready to take on this Marine's worldview in life like a huge old wrecking ball. So I, for one, am here for a romance tale about a woman breaking down barriers and rugged, stodgy bachelors who are capable of personal growth. So I don't know about you guys, but this actually sounds wonderful to me. And our final selection is called The Harvest Moon by Robyn Carr. So this is another single parent tale, but we're flipping the script. This is a single dad with a top-notch angsty teen. So the heroine is escaping a super uber stressful, overworked life where she knows if she continues on that path, she's going to find an early grave. She moves to Virgin River to have a slower pace of life, putter around in her garden, and make some delicious seasonal food in her kitchen. Okay, well, she ends up falling for the single dad with the over-the-top teen who is a little bit more dramatic than most of us would like to have in our own lives. And so basically the big question is, how will our hero and heroine find their happily ever after when this woman wasn't signed up for baggage to begin with? So I kind of like that we're taking the trope of the single mom with the baggage and flipping it on its head and turning it into the single dad with his baggage. So I really think I'm going to actually check this book out myself. Shh, don't tell anyone. So I really hope that in this selection of books that I just described to you, one of them sounds like the perfect fall read for yourself. And I hope you tune in next time where I will be showcasing a different selection of romance novels. If there's a different genre of book that you would like to hear more about, if you would like me to talk more about historical military fiction, let me know. If you would like to hear about science fiction, let me know. Leave a comment. Tell me if any of these books sound good. Tell me if you think I'm a little bit, as my daughter would say, cringe. Go right ahead. Let's hear it. So tell me what I can do better. Tell me how I can help make your life as a reader better. and I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Thanks. Have a great day.